On this episode of Plated by V, I'll be showing you how to cook quinoa. So I have two methods that you can use to rinse it. That's the first thing that you need to do. This is method 1, where you just drop it into a bowl of water, stir as much as you can for about 2 minutes. After this, try and find something that will close it off, like a lid, so that you can get rid of the dirty water. Method 2 is one you use if you have a sieve and you're basically going to rinse under an open tap, and basically just make sure that you get through the whole entire surface and rinse thoroughly. Rinse for about a minute or 2. The ratio for cooking quinoa is basically 1:2. So I used half a cup. That means I'm going to add 1 cup of water, which is basically 2 pots. I've used tap water, not hot water, so it's very important that you use cold water with this cooking process. It does get quite sticky, so what I did was just sprinkle a bit of water just to get rid of the other quinoa on the bowl and just add it back to the pot. My stove is on 5 and I'm going to bring this to boil. I still have my stove on 5, so you're basically going to boil until all the water has been absorbed by the quinoa. You'll notice I haven't added any seasoning. This is because I want all the water to be dedicated to the quinoa and not to react with the other seasonings such as salt or garlic and herb, so that we can get a nice fluffy end product. The water is starting to gradually disappear. That means that the quinoa is absorbing it as well. So at this point, I've also lowered the heat on my stove. I've put it on 3. So you need to start listening to the pot very carefully now, because you don't want it to get burnt. The minute you stop hearing the bubble of the water, you need to quickly remove it from the stove. Once you've removed it from the stove, immediately close with the lid and steam for 5 minutes. After steaming for 5 minutes, separate with a fork to get a nice fluffy quinoa. Join us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Plated by V.